Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into a book that, well, for a lot of people, it was that first big aha moment about money.
You mean Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's really not just about tips and tricks for finance. It's deeper, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about a whole different way of thinking about wealth.
Absolutely. And our goal here, with this deep dive is to really unpack that, show you not just what Kiyosaki says, but why it hits so hard for so many people.
Right, how it challenges all that conventional wisdom.
Yeah, and maybe offers a path to, well, shifting things financially that goes beyond just trying to earn a bigger paycheck.
Okay, so the whole book really hangs on this central contrast. It's quite striking.
It is. You've got Robert's actual dad, the quote-unquote poor dad.
Highly educated PhD, stable government job.
Yeah.
Believed in working for your money, playing it safe.
Mm-hmm. And then you have his best friend's dad, the rich dad, never finished high school apparently.
Right, but built this whole empire by making money work for him.
And that difference, that fundamental split in philosophy, it just sets the stage for everything else in the book.
What I find really compelling is how he uses that to question, well, the education system itself.
He does. He's not saying, don't go to school. But he asks this really provocative question. Is school actually setting you up for financial success?
Or just for a job.
Exactly. Is it teaching you how to manage money, build wealth, navigate the real economy? He argues that financial literacy is just as crucial as your professional training.
But it's the piece that's missing, often completely ignored.
Totally. And that gap, he suggests, that's what leads people into what he calls the silent trap.
Explain that a bit, the silent trap.
It's, working hard, maybe earning a decent salary, but then spending it all, often on things that seem like assets, but aren't really.
So you end up stuck, working, earning, spending, but never actually building real lasting wealth.
Which brings us right to probably the most talked about idea in the book.
Assets versus liabilities.
Exactly, that sharp distinction. And how, as he puts it, the poor and middle class constantly confuse the two.
This is the part that blew my mind when I first read it years ago.
Right.
The house example.
Ah, yes, the classic.
We're all taught your home is your biggest asset. But Kiyosaki flips it.
He says, wait a minute. If that house is taking money out of your pocket every single month, mortgage, taxes, repairs, insurance,
then it's not an asset by his definition. It's actually a liability.
and that's, well, it's a huge shift in perspective for most people.
It really is.
And if you connect that to the wealthy, they consciously, deliberately focus on buying income-generating assets.
Things that put money in your pocket.
Right, like rental properties bringing in rent, stocks paying dividends, maybe a business you own, or even intellectual property like a book or a course.
Things that generate cash flow without you having to actively trade your time for every single dollar.
Precisely. And just understanding that difference, that alone can radically change how you look at every purchase you make.
No kidding. And talking about lifestyle, he paints this really vivid picture of the rat race.
Mm-hmm. That endless loop.
Going to the 9 to 5, living paycheck to paycheck.
Driven partly by fear, the fear of not having enough money.
And partly by desire, wanting the nice car, the bigger house.
Yeah, the material comforts. But it's a cycle that so many people feel trapped in with no clear way out.
So how do you break free? Is it just about earning more?
Well, Kiyosaki argues it's actually much more about your mindset. It's profound, really.
Okay. So the rich aren't necessarily smarter, just think differently.
That's his point. They approach money differently. They understand that taking calculated risks is necessary for growth. They see failure not as the end, but as a learning opportunity.
Right. They don't get paralyzed by it.
Exactly. He really pushes this idea of learning through doing. Try things, invest small amounts, maybe you fail, you learn, you adjust, you get back up.
So real financial knowledge comes from experience, not just books or classrooms.
That's a big part of his message. Theory is one thing, but lived experience is where the real learning happens.
That makes sense. And, one thing about the book itself, its strength, is that it's not some dry textbook.
No, not at all.
It reads like a story, his personal journey. It makes these sometimes complex ideas feel really simple and relatable.
Yeah, it's conversational. You feel like you're learning alongside him. That's probably why it's had such massive appeal for so long.
So it's important to clarify then, it's not really a step-by-step how to get rich quick guide.
Definitely not. It's more like a gateway drug for financial thinking. It's designed to spark your curiosity, make you question things you've always assumed about money and work.
It's about changing how you think, fundamentally.
Exactly. It's aimed at people who maybe work really hard but just aren't seeing the results, aren't getting ahead financially.
It's a nudge towards working smarter, thinking longer term, and really understanding let's call them the unwritten rules of money.
And that message feels, incredibly relevant today, right? With inflation, job insecurity, levels of debt.
Absolutely. So for someone listening who feels that way, working hard but stuck, or just curious about that next level, what are the big takeaways, the actionable lessons?
Okay, yeah, let's pull out maybe 5 key ones you can think about right away.
Great. Lesson 1.
Lesson 1 is prioritize financial literacy. And this isn't just, knowing how to budget.
Goes deeper than that.
Much deeper. It means really understanding how money actually works, like being able to read a basic financial statement, knowing how taxes impact your income and investments, learning how to evaluate whether an investment actually makes sense. Does it generate cash flow?
Because lots of people focus only on earning more, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know how to keep it and make it grow.
Precisely. They earn it, and it just slipped through their fingers.
So it's not about needing an MBA in finance overnight.
No, it's about treating financial knowledge like, say, physical fitness. It's a vital life skill. You need to work on it.
How? Read books, follow smart financial people online, maybe find a mentor.
All of the above. Make it part of your life. Because that knowledge, that financial IQ, it's the foundation for everything else.
Okay, solid foundation. Lesson 2.
Lesson 2. Buy assets, not liabilities. We touched on this, but it's worth repeating.
The simple rule.
Yeah.
Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out.
Sounds simple, but it's where so many people go wrong. That shiny new car feels great.
But it's losing value the second you drive it off the lot, plus insurance, gas, repairs. It's draining cash, a liability.
Right. So Kiyosaki pushes you to shift your focus. Instead of constantly buying things that consume your resources.
Start acquiring things that generate resources.
Yeah.
Income-generating assets.
Like what, specifically?
Well, the classics are rental properties producing monthly rent, stocks, or mutual funds that pay dividends.
Maybe starting a side business online that brings in revenue. Or creating intellectual property, writing a book, designing a digital product.
So it's about changing your mindset from just being a consumer.
It's to being a creator or an investor. Before you make a big purchase, ask yourself that key question. Is this helping me build wealth, or is it just consuming it?
Powerful filter. Okay, lesson 3.
Lesson 3. Don't work for money. Make money work for you. This is the core poor dad versus rich dad split.
Poor dad. Go school, get a good, safe job, work for money.
Rich dad. Learn how to make money work for you. It's a total paradigm shift.
And this is where the idea of passive income comes in, right?
Exactly. Building streams of income that, well, they don't require your constant, active, day-to-day effort to maintain.
Example.
It could be rent from property you own, dividends from stocks, royalties from something you created years ago, maybe an automated online business.
The goal being freedom.
Ultimately, yes, freedom. When your passive income covers your basic living expenses, you're essentially financially free. Your time becomes your own again.
That's the dream for many. Okay, lesson 4.
Lesson 4. Master your emotions. This is huge. Kiyosaki points out that fear and greed are massive financial traps.
Oh, so?
Fear keeps you stuck. Fear of losing money stops people from ever investing, from taking even small calculated risks. They stay in their comfort zone, which often means staying in the rat race.
And greed.
Greed pushes you the other way, chasing quick riches, maybe making reckless investments without doing your homework, getting caught up in hype.
So the wealthy learn to manage both.
That's the idea. They understand failure is part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
You take calculated risks, not foolish ones. You learn from mistakes, and you try to make decisions based on logic and long-term thinking, not just gut reactions or fear or wanting something now.
Makes sense. And the last one, lesson 5.
Lesson 5 is start early, but it's never too late.
Okay, start early. That's about compound growth, right?
Absolutely. Compounding is like magic, financially speaking. That snowball effect, your money earns returns, and then those returns start earning their own returns. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes over time.
But what if you feel like you've missed the boat? You're in your 30s, 40s, maybe later.
And that's the crucial second part. It is never too late to start. Seriously.
That's reassuring.
The most important step is just to begin now. Start building that financial knowledge we talked about. Start changing your spending habits. Start saving and investing consistently, even if it's small amounts at first.
The goal is to break that paycheck-to-paycheck cycle.
Yeah.
Start building that asset column, piece by piece.
Exactly. And understand that momentum builds. It might feel slow initially, but over time, those consistent actions lead to real wealth and, just as importantly, peace of mind.
Okay, so wrapping up then, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is, well, it's more than just a finance book.
Oh, much more. It's really a call for personal transformation. It's about thinking differently, acting intentionally, and taking full responsibility for your financial future.
And he reminds us that being rich isn't just about the dollar amount.
Right. It's about what that money represents. More freedom, more choices, more time to do what you value, and yeah, more peace, less worry.
So if you haven't read it, or maybe read it long ago,
We definitely say pick it up, engage with it, reflect on the ideas, maybe share it with someone. It really can be one of those books that sparks a significant change.
one financial decision, one mindset shift at a time.
Yeah. And maybe leave you with this thought to ponder. In today's world, where the old paths to security seem less certain, how might really understanding these principles, financial education, asset building, how might that change what true security and success actually look like for you?